Hey everyone's JackelWolf back in Rustic Waters with another 5 minutes. That's how I did it. Now, if you've been following along, you know that we are working our way through the quest book. Last episode, we did the combo maker, which was to craft ourselves a rat upgrade combiner and a rat upgrade combined. This allows us to combine rat upgrades together to either allow more complex tasks. The one that we did was our little rat buddy over here has a white list or has a black list combined with a platter upgrade. So rather than just being able to move one item at a time, they can move whole platters of items, a whole stack of items basically. And then there was also the blacklist, so they're only taking out everything in the chest that is not the dirt, the sand, and the gravel. So that is what we want. That is how you use that upgrade combiner over here. I thought we were going to have to use it for this one here, but I actually ran into a problem with it. What we're going to do this episode is we're going to do the A Little Bit of Love, which is a quest to automate the water strainers, the sluice, and the furnace. And the only way you can really do this in Rustic Waters is by using the rats, especially early on. I think maybe later on there may be some more machines that you get access to that allow you, but it's really the blacklists that make this automatable. Otherwise, you're going to get stuff into your system that's going to gung up the works, and it's just not going to work. So rats are the main way of automating stuff early on in Rustic Waters. So what I've done here is I've preset up my factory line, I guess is what you might want to call it. We've got our input from our strainers, which are down below. They're actually kind of turned off right now because I was getting really close to filling this up. His job is to take everything out of this chest and put it into these chests over here that is not going to be used for straining. So right now, the only thing we can strain is the dirt, the sand, and the gravel. He's taken everything else out so it doesn't get into my system. You can see he is stopped as well because there's nothing else in this chest for him to do, but that's going to, change once I go start up those strainers again. From this chest, we're going to need a rat to pull out the sand, the gravel, and the dirt, and to put it into our sluice here. The problem is rats, and actually nothing else in the game can interface with the sluice other than an automated user. And we'll be getting to that one in a moment. You can't craft them, you can only buy them. And it's a little bit frustrating, but at the same time, you know what? It is interesting because it forces you to use these rats, in a particular way. So we'll need an automated user that will automatically put the blocks into the sluice, and then we'll need another automated user that will use buckets of water on the sluice to, basically sluice all the items. So we got the rat to take the items, put them into the sluice. We're going to need another rat to take a bucket of water out of our little automatic filler. So we've got our water pump, our funnel, which when pushed into a chest will take any empty bucket of water. I don't have one on me. And automatically fill it up, which is perfect. It's exactly what we want. It works really well. We'll then need another rat to take the empty bucket out of the automatic user and then put it back into this chest so it gets refilled. So that is going to be a portion of the factory line. Everything that's sluiced comes down here, gets picked up by the hopper and thrown into this chest. We've got our coal, our flint, and our ember shards. These are not smeltable, so we're going to need a blacklisted rat that will only pick up like the gold rocky chunks, the copper chunks, the lead chunks, the aluminum chunks, and the nickel chunks. There's also some iron chunks as well. I think I've used up all the ones I had previously. He's going to pick those up. He's going to go put them into this chest up here. This is the automatic furnace I built previously over there. I've just basically moved it over here. It will get smelted in the smelter and then deposited down into the little chest down here. This is where all of my resources will go. So that is the plan. That is what we need to get our rats to do. Like I said before, I thought I was going to have to do a combination here where I could do the platter and the white list, which would allow the rat to move stacks of items into the automatic user. Problem is, it doesn't work that way. It only takes individual items. We could hook up a hopper and have the rat put the stuff into the hopper, But I think at the end of the day, it's probably just easier for us to have the rat move items one at a time. It's super, super close. I built everything here so that is very super, super close. And, down the line, we don't need platters either because they're going to be moving faster than, the water buckets can keep up and the furnaces can keep up. So just in case your setup ends up being different than mine, or you're trying to do something different in your world, you will need a bunch of these Gem of Ratlantises. That is one of the items you need to do the combination stuff. So a Gem of Ratlantis is a Ember Shard, which you get from the sluicing. You also get it from the sifters as well, the strainers as well, and then some green coral, which you just can grab from the bottom. It's really, really easy. Just some pair of shears on the sea bed floor, and you get that green coral. So we're just going to go make a bunch of those. We're going to put them over here, and there we go. Now, it is 2 per upgrade, so you will burn through them pretty quick. But the actual rat that we're going to use is just going to be this white list. We've previously built them before, so I'm not going to get too into it. But we got a white list with a sand, a gravel, and a dirt. And I'm going to leave these guys here, so we won't be using the platter. We won't be using the combined upgrade. I'm sure we'll find a reason to use those ones in the future. Right-click on the white list. We're going to go put the sand, the gravel, and the dirt. Here's a little tip that I discovered while I was testing. Don't pick this up. If you pick this up out of your inventory while this is open, it sort of breaks the whole thing. You might end up losing your stuff up there, and it won't actually work. So you got to leave this alone. You can't touch it. If you do touch it, make sure there's nothing in your white list. Close it down, open it up again. But we now have a white list, sand, gravel, and dirt. So we're going to go talk to this rat here. We're going to put that into his upgrade slot, and then we're going to go set you over to transport items. Oh, now he's my previous rat. I've programmed him. He was the one that was emptying out my old chest. So that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get over there. We're going to go bind the staff to the rat. Your new job, Mr. Rat, is to take items from that chest and then go put them into the user, which I've kind of actually spaced on. We need to get our users into this world. Now, like I said before, they are not craftable, but they are purchasable from the Guild store. So if we pop back down, Guild Trades is second from the bottom of your quest list there. And then the bottom right hand, it's one-time Guild use. It's the yellow stripes with the black little item there. And that is the 2 automated users will cost us 20 gil. Now, I don't have 20 gil on me. I had the $5 or the 5 gil bill we got as a reward earlier on. There are certain quests you can do that you can get, you can trade them in to get more gil. The other thing is I have been picking up dollar coins from my strainers. So these dollar coins are basically 1 gil. So you can use these, you can combine them together. So I've got 2 $1 coins here. That becomes a $2 coin. And we actually open this up and you can see there's a ton of combinations. Pretty much any sort of bill out there, you can use these $1 as a combination. The problem is there's only 9 slots in the crafting table. So $9, you can't get to your dollar bill. So you got to combine them into other stuff to make the bigger currencies. So we've got our $2 coin. If we take 7 $2 coins, 1 $1 coin, and a 5 gil bill, I keep calling them dollars, gils, we get a 20 gil note, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. Again, there's lots of different ways. You can actually break these down. You can, build them up, pretty way you want. 100 gil is a 50, a 20, and 2 5s. It would be the same as a 50, 2 20s, and a 10, a 50, and 5 10s. It should all get you that 100 gil. So we're going to take that money. We're going to go back into the store. This is a detect reward because you'll be getting this gil left, right, and center. It's not going to automatically award you these ones. You got to say, hey, that 20 gil I've got in my pocket right now, detect that. You've taken it. We've now got 2 automated users. We're going to claim those there. So that is perfect. There are a bunch of other stuff on here that you may want to look at in the future. You got, a one-time strainer, a one-time strainer dents. Then there's some other ones here. I think you can buy more than one. So 5 gil will get you 24 gold ore. That is actually not too bad. Later on, we will be getting using the rats to ore double as well. So you need to actually have the ores to do that. So that's be something useful. But then we've also got things like these tools here. Artisan steel knife, that's going to be way better than the stone and the wood ones we've been using. We got some more hopping bonsais over here. It's a one-time sale. And then a lot of stuff in here that is going to be pretty useful if you do. They're not, but there's things that you don't absolutely need. To automate it, though, we are definitely going to have to do that. So to set up our automated users, though, let's go and I'm going to build in that right there. Users are one of those annoying blocks where when you place them, the useful side will be facing you. So you can't place them like this, then it'll be trying to do stuff, you know, in my face. And that's not what we want. We want it to use this on the sluice. So I'm going to go sneak it from the side there, and we can just do a quick little double check. There's the hole pointing into the sluice. And then we need this one on this side here to do the water buckets. So back to our rats. He is going to come over here. He's going to take items from this chest, and then he's going to go and deposit the items into the automated users from the north. I'm keeping that as short as possible just to speed everything up. We're going to come over to you, and we're going to go flip you onto the transport items. There you go. And he is now off and running. And you see, he's just pounding these things into the automated users. While he is doing that, we now need a rat to add or to take a bucket of water from this chest and put it into that user. So that is going to be another white list. It will potentially work if you don't use the whitelist. The problem is if the rat takes the bucket out of the chest before it's full of water, it'll put it into the user, and then it'll be an empty bucket of water in the user. The user won't know what to do with it, and it'll break the system. So I highly recommend you use your whitelists. So bucket whitelist, actually, let's flip them like that. And then we're also going to need a full list, or a whitelist with a full bucket as well. So whitelist, bucket, empty bucket. That's good. And then whitelist, full bucket. That's perfect. So we're going to take our first rat here. You, my friend, are going to get the empty bucket. And then you guys are like having a little conversation, are going to get the full bucket. So we'll start with the full bucket first. We're going to go and bind the staff to the rat. We're going to come back over here. So he is going to go take items from our filler chest, and he's going to go and deposit items into that user. And we'll come back. We'll set him to transport. And there he goes. He is off. And there you go. So it is now sluicing. You can see the gravel is going down, and we will get some resources at the end. No, maybe it did, and we just missed that there. We now have an empty bucket in the user that we need somebody to take out. So that's our next rat over here. He's got the empty bucket. So actually, let's go. We're going to set you to transport items first. We're going to bind the staff to you. And your job is to take items out of the automated user and then to deposit them into that chest. And there you go. So we've got as soon as this funnel is open, we've got a rat that will take that bucket out. And then we got a rat that goes and puts it back in. And it's all we're waiting for now is this funnel to fill up with water and then to refill that bucket. And then as soon as it's done, you can see that's going down, and there you go. There's our resources there. That's absolutely perfect. We now have a bunch of resources going into this chest over here. We need a rat to take them out and then to put them into this chest up here, which will feed them down into our furnace. So last but not least, we need a blacklist. Now, I could whitelist this, but a blacklist makes a little bit more sense because with what we're sifting or sluicing, we're only going to get 3 items that are not usable in that furnace. So our ember shards, our flint, and our coal. We do not want you smelting those. So ember shards, flint, and coal. And there we go. We now have a blacklist, ember shards, flint, and coal. Give them to you, put them into your upgrades, set you over to transport items. We're going to go bind that staff to you, and then we're going to say, take items from that chest and deposit them in that chest. Oh, actually what we're going to do, you do it from the north. Otherwise, he's going to have a tough time getting at it. And there you go. We now have a fully automated strainer, sluice, furnace system that's basically everything that comes out of our sluices that can be sifted and then turned into resources is going to get smelted, and we're going to end up with a ton of resources over here. And I should actually clean this up a little bit. But you know what? That is good. I think that took a little bit longer than I thought. I knew it wasn't going to be an easy one. There was a lot of stuff going on in this, but before we end it off, we're going to go back. We're going to go back to our introduction. A little bit of love. This is just a checkbox task. You got to basically tell yourself that, hey, I've done this. So we're going to go claim that and claim. We got the little postcard here. A little bit of love. Rats and you. And rats are invaluable helpers if you take a few minutes to teach them what to do. Keep rat tasks limited per rat, i.e. one rat to place items into a furnace, another to pull them out. One rat cannot do everything. Rats are tiny. Help them out with slabs or stairs to get them where they need to go. Make use of commands such as stay here to keep rats in place. If rats cannot interact directly with the machine, use hopper's chest to make it easier for them. So yeah, the sluice down to the hopper, rat to the furnace, furnace up to our storage system. And that's something I could, do in the future is we could set up a little bit of storage. There is a couple of quests in the future where we'll be doing the storage drawers, so I'll probably leave that until then. At the same time, I could also use another rat to pull like the coal, the flint, and the ember shards out of there and maybe throw them in a chest over here as well. I'm not going to worry about that at this point. It's going to take a long time for this chest to get full up of that stuff. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense at this point. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful. Let me know in the comments below if there's any, different ways of doing this that you guys have found out, especially with the water and the getting the gravel and whatever into the sluice. That is probably the hardest part of this because the game makes it very, very difficult to automate this. But if you did enjoy this video though, please think about leaving a like and a subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JackelWolf. Also, check out the description below. There will be a link to my Discord page. I would love it if you guys stopped by to say hi. As well, there'll be a link to my Patreon page. If you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy this content, you want to support, stop by, check it out. There are a lot of great perks out there for all of my supporters, one of which is the Patreon-only server. Right now, we're playing Ages of Sorcery. I can't remember. I'm so bad with some of these pack names, but we're having a lot of fun. I usually hang out on it Monday nights. As well, speaking of other stuff that I do stream on Twitch, JackelWolf77. I stream Tuesday nights, Friday nights, and Saturday nights, about 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Stop by if you want to see me play modded Minecraft live. That is a good opportunity for that. So in any case, though, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.